Hello, hello. We are live with Terra Nullius, episode 34. We're at 34, guys. If the same number scheme works out, that means this is the third to last episode of the season. So you have 34, 35, and 36.
That means the next two is going to be a two-parter.
Yeah, we'll see. It's entirely possible that we'll hit a cool finale by that time, but it's also possible that we won't, and it will totally ruin the numbering. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out as we go here.
It could just be like a normal, like, okay, this was a chill ending to season 3, kick up to season 4.
I mean, I feel like what will happen is it will be similar to what happened with season 1's ending, because season 1's ending was actually not super climactic. It was Darius died.
I was saying Darius died.
But Darius died, but you guys were like in the middle of a cave, right? Like and we started the second season with just like you guys like fighting a bunch of kobolds. And
that's still a pretty important plot point.
Right, but second season ended with literally the god of death dying and Raia becoming the guardian, which is a lot more climactic. So my guess is the end of this season will be a climax, but not like a crazy climax. And then end of season 4 will be like another crazy climax. I think
so. The end of season 1
so basically in 2 episodes, I need to do some really dumb stuff so we can have a crazy.
I mean, you did,
right?
You did kind of just message Sabu about certain.
Can we?
things.
I just like to point out.
We're gonna fix it.
Okay, yeah, sure, you're gonna fix it.
Sure.
Yep.
I already have a message written out.
Nice. I would just like to point out that Darius died basically in the finale of seasons 1 and 2.
Don't die again.
So I guess that means you have to die in this season.
We gotta figure out how to kill Darius in 2 episodes.
Oh, that's gonna be hard.
Caleb will find a way.
He'll find a way.
Death finds a way.
That was great. It was dumb, but it was great.
Thank you. I thought of it for a whole 3 seconds.
GR.
More time than I give my jokes.
It's true. Very true.
Do they just not even enter your brain? They just like start forming on your tongue.
You don't even think about it, and you're just saying it already.
My mom put yeah, whatever. Yes.
So yeah, we're here with episode 34, and this will be an interesting episode because I've had an incredibly long day and haven't really thought about Terra Nullius at all, and then I'm suddenly just like, all right, I got a GM game, so this will be fun. But I'm sure you guys all have things that you want to do, and I'll just be along for the ride, just like always. So let's go ahead and start with what you want to do. So goals. Tweety, what are your goals, sir? Any changes to your goals?
No, I think my goals are pretty much the same. Finding a Kali sister, make a name for myself on the mainland, and then a third thing.
And then a third completely unimportant and irrelevant thing that will never come up ever.
Never.
Cool. Awesome. Cool. Raia Olafemi. What you got?
Teach Darius how to read.
Okay.
Find out more about the drugs or how to make them or what they're made of.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Just more information about that. And then, like a third goal. It's fine.
Interesting.
I
can see your character sheet, so I know what that goal is.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Bill Darius.
Right, yeah. Turns
Yeah,
out that
that's my
everyone's
secret
secret goal is kill Darius. That makes so much sense.
No, that's going to be my goal.
After we spent all of season 2 trying to get him back, now we want to kill him.
As soon as you spend all of season 2 getting him back, everyone just like has a huddle off to the side and just like, that was a big mistake. We just need to undo this. Yeah. Arie Armani, what you got?
My goals are the same: fulfill my contract with Lord Navarro, train Miggy, and the third one. That really isn't that secret.
It's not a secret at all.
I just,
you just don't want to say it because
Yeah.
If your friends went off a cliff, would you go off a cliff too, Alyssa?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to think I wouldn't.
Well, this little situation
I
shows differently. No. Okay, cool. Jordan, Mr. Darius.
Yeah.
Do you have
I
goals?
don't have a secret. I don't have a secret goal.
That's fine. You can have non-secret goals.
Okay.
I don't really have a secret goal.
Everyone knows what Raia's secret goal is.
Secret goals. Learn more about how someone becomes the god of death.
Mm-hmm.
Finish the last figurine and learn more about the caretaker. Who was he?
Mm-hmm.
Who Let me add it to the list.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh my gosh, we've already done this one before.
Of course we have. We did it with
Well, yeah.
the owl, right?
Oh,
about-
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What are Mickey's goals?
Miggy, I believe, has the same goals. Let me double check what I wrote down for him. All right, I forgot I put these in a different place. Miggy's goals are help Raia recover from her loss, earn Arie's love, and prove myself to the party.
Miggy's goals literally have not changed at all since the beginning of season 3, except
They have.
the one
Yeah,
for Arie,
exactly.
but it's
It's just a ramping up.
shifted.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let me edit something real quick. Because Raia switched around a goal or two. Find out more about the drugs. And a third goal that doesn't matter.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm excited for this episode. Okay, so the first thing I want to start off with is we get the, opening credits. We get a shot of the camp. And Tweety, you have the last watch, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're like going around like waking everybody up and everybody's getting ready for the day. It's the dawn of January 2nd, I believe.
That's correct.
Yeah. 1493. And first and foremost, I want everyone to make a perception check for me.
Dang it. First and foremost, I wanted to run away and send a message. But let's see.
Nope. Oh, Darius is so
perception.
What the crap, Darius?
He's perceptive
very
in
distracted.
everything except the visions.
Wow.
I'm super distracted with what I'm trying to do instead of look around right now.
Yeah, so Darius, you're the only one who notices this.
What about Miggy? Does Miggy notice?
Probably not, but let's roll and find out.
Caleb's
I mean,
like, oh yeah.
Darius
Mickey's
I'm
too.
sorry. I forget about him sometimes.
Maybe Miggy's goal should be prove himself to Caleb, so Caleb
Yeah.
doesn't
Prove himself to
Have
me.
have the person who plays him remember his existence. Yeah.
Well,
Then
he doesn't-
I'll get XP for that. Okay. So Darius, you wake up and no one else seems to be noticing this, but like it's just like glaring to you. There's a rock nearby camp. Like I don't know, like 20, 30 feet away. That's just exploded. Like it has been exploded, and there's like a bunch of shards of stone just like everywhere, like around, like as if something had hit it, and then just like shattered it, and it went off into the swamp. It's like very unnatural looking, and the rest of you don't really notice it, but it just like glares out to you, Darius.
We wouldn't hear that?
Like, did it
You
just
probably
happen?
should have, if how violent of an explosion this is. Yeah. No. Like it didn't just happen, but it certainly
Okay.
wasn't like that when you went to sleep. I think Darius, you were sitting on this stone before. Like I think that's why you noticed it. You like took
Hey.
a seat on the stone yesterday.
That rock wasn't one. Those rocks over there, that rubble, that was one big rock, and I sat on it, and I promise I don't weigh that much.
What?
The rubble over there, it wasn't rubble when we went to sleep.
Darius, have you been taking Raia's drugs?
No, although I will admit I start to wonder what those flowers, if they have some kind of bad side effect.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, the rest of you don't even really like think it's that big of a deal. Yeah, it doesn't seem as crazy as Darius seems to think.
Would like It's a brand new day. I'll prepare my spells.
As soon as I would be waking up, I'd like to just like walk a few steps away so I can like emphatically whisper, send a message under my breath.
Yeah, we see Raia just like wake up and she just like her eyes widen and she's just like just like walk off into the jungle.
What did I do last
what did I do? Yeah.
I
Caleb,
kind of like just like walk away and like I'm like pacing back and forth a few steps, like, oh my gosh. What did I do?
Yep.
That is...
oh,
Okay, note to self, if I'm gonna do the drugs, do not prepare sending. Okay. So I'm gonna send a message to Sabu and say, I am so sorry. I had a horrible day and smoked something I clearly shouldn't have and said things that didn't make sense. I apologize. And I just am like pacing back and forth, like hoping he's gonna say something back to me.
There's definitely a long pause.
Oh jeez. Oh no.
you're not that responsible.
Yeah, you hear him say no, that's all right. Listen, you said your name was Raia. What's your last name? I'm really sorry that I don't remember you. I feel like I should.
That's a strange last name.
Raia,
From the castle of Thank you, Jordan.
Jordan, what were you gonna say when?
I can't stop saying it now. Duh. First off, I want to roll for Akashi.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead.
2, I'd like to. Okay. When I ritual cast a spell, do I have to prepare it for the day first to be able to ritual
Yes.
cast it?
You have to have it prepared
Okay.
to ritually cast it.
Okay. But if I ritually cast it, it doesn't use a spell slot.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take that.
It basically just allows you to do it multiple times if you have the time to spend to ritually cast it.
Yeah.
Ritual casting is so nice.
Isn't it though?
It's honestly a really nice little rule in 5th edition that I really like.
Okay.
I mean, technically, you guys haven't prepared your spells yet, have you?
I think he's
I
like
don't
doing it
know.
right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Raia like prepares her spells like in the middle of the night or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. When the moon's out.
yes.
So I would like. Well, first off, since I don't have to actually prepare this one, I would like to use my divine sense. Do I sense any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet? That's not. Oh, that's that's.
I was gonna say, if you
Not gonna
want,
help.
you could just say, "Hey, Arie, like, could you use like your special ability thing?"
Well, no, I was gonna say like even so, it has to be not behind total cover.
Well, mine doesn't though.
Yeah.
Mine is just like a mile out. I can sense all of
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah. So,
If you just ask me to, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Have we ever really gotten like what is even happening when Arie does this? Like, is it literally just like she's just like, I know.
I think it's like Spidey senses kind of a thing.
Right. Just like that tree has been tainted by fiends.
I feel like I pictured it in my head at least as it's like going into like like an 80s video game where there's like a grid over everything, and like everything's like it was black, and then there's just like a grid over everything, and then if something's like you sense something, it's like lit up.
Right.
Like a night vision sort of
What
thing.
probably happens is
Or,
Arie
like-
just like yells magic really loud, and then it just happens. Yeah.
Like just emanates out a mile. And
Like a
like,
pulse.
It's like
There's-
Toph's blind sense, but for evil.
Arie, can you sense anything nearby?
I don't know. I can try, and then I'll use one of my spell slots to sense things.
Okie dokie. What are the ones that you
I'd
can
also-
sense again?
Let me see. It is. I should have it in my character sheet. I need to put it over. It's a lot, so
What is it called?
I always pronounce it wrong. Like primeval awareness.
Primeval.
Primeval, yeah. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead
Okay.
within a mile.
There are elementals, fiends, and undead within a mile.
That's quite a lot of information.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she just kind of looks at Darius and she's like, I mean, there's undead. That's nothing new.
Of
We've-
course.
Fiends. And I'm
No.
picking up elemental.
I wonder.
I'm imagining
I wonder if that
Arie just has
explains
like
it
an
all.
antenna on her head. She's like tuning it. Oh, wait, I'm picking it up. I'm picking something up.
Okay.
I don't know what that means though. Elemental. What would an elemental be doing out here? Or a fiend for all that matter.
Yeah, I don't know what's more worrisome, the elemental or the fiend. Possibly the fiend, considering.
Well,
Well-
considering that the fiends are by nature evil, probably the fiend.
Yeah. Did
I don't
Miggy
know.
say
We
that?
probably need to move out of here though. Where's Raia?
Raia's in the jungle having a conversation.
I'm over here pacing, and I'm like, oh no, how do I?
I just tell Miggy to like go get her. I'm like, somebody go get her. Like we need to
So, I
Yeah, I think Miggy starts walking over there.
I would like.
respond. Oh, Jordan, what are you saying?
Oh. Just how long does it take to really cast a spell? 10 minutes or?
10 minutes, I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
It's 10 times however long, like
However long the action is,
it.
normally.
Yeah,
So usually it's
times-
one
I think that's
action.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one action. So is that like 6 minutes?
No, I think it's 10 minutes usually.
Yeah, let's double check this.
Because
Something
my,
like
my
that.
tiny hut takes 1 minute to cast normally, and then it takes 10 minutes to cast.
So is it 6 minutes and we've been saying it's 10 this whole time?
No, the ritual version of a spell takes 10 minutes longer to cast than normal.
10 minutes longer.
Oh.
That's
So
what
it's 10 minutes and an action. So it's technically 10 minutes
Yeah.
and 6 seconds that it takes.
Okay.
Right.
that 6 seconds is vital.
Yeah, it's true. That might come up later, guys. Now that I know that. I'm like, oh, sorry, you have 6 seconds left, but something happens.
There was a bomb!
Okay, so you're ritually casting something.
I was gonna ritually cast detect magic, but I'm not sure. Like, would Arie let us hang out for 10 minutes just to?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
If she knows that these things are around, she's like, no, let's just keep moving. I mean, you can go ahead and cast it while we're walking.
Well, I think he was going to probably look at the rock, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Oh,
I mean, I
I mean,
figure
if you ask her, like, she might be like, I mean, she's not in charge technically, but
right. Well, okay.
she's just
here-
like,
here's the
I don't
question.
know if I feel comfortable with that, but
Would it take? Would I mean? We all just basically barely just got up, right?
right.
Yeah, basically.
So maybe it would take 10 minutes just to pack everything for everyone to like get everything together.
I don't know if we've ever talked about how long it takes to break camp.
Yeah, I would say 10 minutes is probably. You guys have probably gotten good at it, but like, I mean, I don't know if you're carrying around a whole lot of stuff, but I mean enough stuff, I'd assume, to like, you know, survive in a jungle. So yeah, I would say you have just that much of time.
Yeah, she's just like, hurry.
Yeah. So I will ritually cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You do not sense magic within 30 feet. None on the rock either. And like, I mean, do you want to make an Arcana check, Darius?
Because Darius, I almost made an Akashi Arcana check. That would have been worse. I think.
Not because Akashi's bad at Arcana, just because he's Akashi.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Akashi's actually better at Arcana checks than.
Right, exactly.
You have a -1 Arcana?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not sure why it wouldn't. Like, Darius, you're just like, wait a second, why wouldn't it show up as magical? It was obviously blown up by magic.
The best I can figure is it got blown up, but it's not magic itself.
Well, whatever did it, we should probably be going on.
I
And they
agree.
don't seem friendly.
Nothing here seems friendly.
The owl was friendly.
Including your friends. Dun dun dun!
I should roll for Akashi while I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
We're doing nature today. We made progress on the other. Freaking come on!
Wow.
Oh my god.
We called it. Akashi is the worst. So I know exactly why Akashi failed this time. And it's not a good reason. I think we actually get a little bit of a shot, I think. Like a scene you guys aren't privy to. And we see that we see Akashi, and he is standing with Lord Navarro. And they're looking across a swath of jungle, and it's just decimated. Like, they're on the island, right? But like, there's an entire like mile across or whatever that has been like, it looks like it's been logged almost, except even the roots are gone. Like, all of the trees have just been like torn out of the ground, it looks like.
Is there still grass and stuff?
No, yes. I think there's still some like grass and shrubs, but all of like the trees are gone. Yeah, it's real weird. And so like, Akashi, you've been like Akashi's been working on some things, right? And then Navarro's like, hey, some scouts reported this, and this was like a thing. So Akashi knows, like, this is a thing that happened last night. Like, there were scouts in this region yesterday that did not see this, and then the same scouts were like, I woke up and I was suddenly not in a forest, and I'm really freaked out. And so, yeah, Navarro and Akashi are, like, having this conversation about, like, what is going on. And so, like, Akashi is just, like, busy with some other things right now.
Yeah, I think Akashi just turns to Navarro. We need to increase our defenses now.
Yeah, I thought as much. Yeah, so we cut away from that scene, but we get this, like, ominous, like, oh, something's going on the island. I was waiting for a moment to kind of like come back to that and see what was going on.
Oh
I'm
boy.
going to message you something that
Okay, yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
we should add in later or something.
Okay. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have
Are
your
you ready
message,
for
Raia?
my
Yeah.
response?
Do it. So
Please do not. Yeah. So I send to Sabu. Please do not judge me by the last name I carry. I no longer associate with the family whose name it is. It's Olafemi.
Okay, so do you have any siblings, Raia? I think we asked this before, but you don't? Okay.
No.
So, yeah, he sends back someone's family name has no weight on how I view them. I didn't know that the Olafemi family had a child, but apparently they kept that hidden from us. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else you'd say, but like, it's probably just like, I suppose we'll be seeing each other soon. Yeah. And like, yeah, Raia, I mean, this is the thing that has always been something that Sabu has done. He's always been like, your family doesn't matter. Like, I view people for people, and like, I don't care where they come from. It's how they act. Even though his family's definitely not like that.
Would I be able to make insight to see like if he really is okay with my reasoning for everything from the night before and stuff?
Yeah, I want to make an insight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep. I think we get a flashback to Sabu and Samuel's last night, where they just had like a really long like guy talk about like everything that was going on, and Sabu's just like explaining to Samuel like, I don't know, like what's going on. She seems like things are really weird. Like I'm not sure who she is. And Samuel, like we hear Samuel just saying like, well, I mean, I know like people do dumb things when they like people do dumb things for all sorts of reasons. Like give her a chance to explain herself, and then like that sort of thing. And so Samuel's been like don't think too much about it. Yeah.
Man, me and Sam, I'm gonna be like, Samuel, tell me everything that he's saying to you.
He's
Samuel
gonna be
is
your
just
wingman.
Sabu's wingman. Yeah. Or Raia's wingman. Yeah.
I mean, both of them. Yeah, he's gonna be the third wheel to their relationship. I'm into it.
And then I'm gonna message one more thing to Sabu and say, are you coming to the New World by orders from Lord Navarro?
Oh, Caleb's smug smile.
So, he says, no, but I imagine that's why you're there. I work for a Portuguese lord, named a name I haven't come up with yet. Give me one quick moment. Wow, these are intense names. Named Faustino Diaz. Faustino Diaz.
Buenos.
Yeah. So he's Portuguese. You want to make a history check, Raia, to see if you heard of this dude?
Let me write it down real quick. History.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know him.
Okay, yeah, you definitely know him.
Give me his entire biography.
Okay, sounds good. So Faustino Diaz was born in the year so the main thing that he's famous for is he's funded a cartographers guild for some time now, and he was actually the guy who funded. So just as a reminder, you guys aren't the first people to discover the New World. There was a dude. I think we named him, but I don't remember the name. There's like a Christopher Columbus type, right? Who discovered that there was like continents over here.
So not Christopher Columbus.
It's not Christopher Columbus.
Amerigo Vespucci.
Yeah, maybe. Right. Some guy. But he was definitely funded by this dude. So Faustino Diaz is like, he's been the guy who like for a long time was like funding these cartographers guild and like mapping a whole bunch of coastlines, even before the continents were discovered. He's always been obsessed with like cartography and like ocean voyages and all this stuff. And so when he was like the first dude, he was the dude who was crazy enough to fund an expedition for a dude who thought there was like a way to get to the Orient, right, from Europe, by sailing across the Atlantic. And obviously they didn't find the Orient, but they found the Americas. And ever since then, he's been really quiet. Like he hasn't done anything else. And Navarro like was also crazy, and he's just like, all right, ooh, this is interesting. Let's go over there and conquer stuff. But this guy, like everyone kind of expected that as soon as like this Christopher Columbus type got back, he would just be like, all right, and let's go and like conquer everything. But he didn't. He like he waited like 15 years, and he's been really quiet. Nobody knows what he's been doing. He's been very secretive about whatever he was planning. But it sounds like Sabu and Samuel are both caught up in whatever this guy's crazy adventure is. So, yeah.
Do I want to waste my 4th level spells trying to talk to him more? Ooh, how committed
I haven't even gotten through the whole day yet.
Oh man, I've already used all my thirds. It's
Uh-huh.
fine. I need him to say something to me with his own spells, so I don't have to use mine. That's the issue. No, don't force it, Caleb. If the situation
No, that's fine. I'm trying to remember what we ended. Like, what was the end of that little exchange?
I asked, "Are you coming because of Lord Navarro?"
Oh
and
yeah, he said.
"No, I imagine that's why you're there. I'm working for the Portuguese lord."
Yeah, I'm working for the Portuguese lord Faustino Dias. Though I did first ask Lord Navarro if he would have me on. Though now that I think about it, I'm not sure why. It was just he basically explains it was like a spur of the moment thing, in some abbreviated form that I am not able to do in my head right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he still remembers the fact that he like asked Lord Navarro to like. So basically, I think Raia like puts this together. Basically, what happened was he was like on his way to go to this Portuguese lord, and he wanted to like on his way over. He was like, I want to see if I can find Raia. Like, what is she like? Where did she disappear off to? And he found Lord Navarro, and then like got the whole situation on that. And he was like, oh, I just need to go. No, I need to totally just forget this Portuguese lord. I need to go and help Raia with Lord Navarro. Like this is what I need to do. And then you were like, don't come. And he was just like, all right,
okay,
I guess I'll go to what I was going to do originally.
What would have changed if I didn't roll such good persuasion?
Yeah, yeah. So
one roll can change the whole game.
Mm-hmm. I'm really, really happy we finally got to that like little tidbit of information, because I've been sitting on that for forever now of like why he was even there.
Okay, so is that a new message, or is that still him just like responding to me?
That was him responding, yeah.
Okay. I guess maybe I'll be smart and not send another message and waste my 4th level spells. Not a waste, but like use them at 8 a.m. I guess.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get through the day and nothing will happen. It's happened before.
You will, Seth.
Really?
Now that you've said that, I gotta do something.
Oops.
No.
Whatever. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna send him another message.
All right. Sounds good. Let's go.
Oh my god.
I'm using all my data. On the first day of the new month. And my whole family's gonna hate me for it.
You're gonna have horrible
That's
overage charges.
fine.
So is it roaming charges when you cast it at a higher level?
I feel like I should get more words if I cast it at a higher level, but it doesn't. You don't.
Do you want to make an Arcana check?
Okay.
That would make sense.
Natural 1, you get
No.
less words.
Same words. Same amount of words.
It's fine. That was less important than my other rolls.
Yes. That's
Okay. Okay. So I send back. Are you coming to map the new world? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it open.
Right. So like, are you coming to map the new world? Question mark. What are you doing here? Right. Sort of thing. Yeah.
I just like, what you doing?
What you doing?
Winky face.
Yeah.
Isabella, yeah.
Exactly. What
What
you
you
doing? And Sabu turns to Samuel. Samuel, I know what we're gonna do today.
Aren't you a little young to be crossing the ocean?
Thank you for doing this with me, Emily. Oh,
I
man.
feel like I just missed a reference, but that's okay.
Phineas and Ferb. What? What?
never seen-
None of the rest of you watched Phineas and Ferb?
I mean, like 2
I
episodes.
watched it. I know exactly what you were talking
Thank
about.
you, Jordan. Wow.
I didn't.
That's a good show. That's a good show.
You know that Slash did a song with them?
What?
Slash, the guitar player?
Yeah, no. That makes sense now that I'm thinking about it, and I probably remember.
It's called Kick It Up a Notch, and it's
Okay.
awesome. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have animated Slash and everything, and
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah. Anyway, so he. Yeah. Are you here to map the new world? So I think. I think what we get is we see him and Samuel kind of like standing on deck, right? And we see him kind of like looking across at like a ship that's like next to him, right? Like across the way. So there's obviously at least 2 ships in this flotilla, and then we start to get a zoom out.
Oh,
There's
a
like an
very
entire armada.
It's a very slow zoom out, and it's a huge armada. And Sabu like looks at Samuel and then just kind of like frowns. And he seems like he's like almost already regretting what he's going to say. And he says, "Yes. Primarily a mapping expedition." And make an insight check, and I want to make a deception check for him.
I was about to say,
All
would
right.
that insight roll have held?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No. This is a different situation.
Is she's like off by herself right now doing this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes!
Okay, it's impossible for
should
him to
be.
get higher than that. So,
Well, see if
Just
he
rolls
rolls a
it
natural
quick.
20. Nope.
No.
He's so bad at lying.
yes, Sabu is very bad at lying. But this is the thing, right? Sabu doesn't know that you know him so well, but like Raia, you know him so well, and you know immediately that he is lying to you. And you know exactly the reason too, right? Like he's coming. They're coming here to like do bad things, conquer, whatever, right? Like, but definitely not to map. It's something much more serious than that.
Oh no.
Season 4, guys. Season 4 is gonna be a hoot.
You don't say.
I mean, why is this necessarily a bad thing? We could just team up with them and then conquer the whole new world.
Right, that's how that's gonna go. Yeah.
That's
Uh-huh.
how
Yeah,
It's gonna be Sabu flying me around on a carpet, and I'm gonna be singing to him a whole new world.
Yeah, I don't think there's not going to be any jealousy between Navarro and this guy.
No, not at all. Definitely not at all.
Oh yeah, do Navarro and this guy like each other? Does Ryan know that from her history check?
Should.
Yeah, I don't think you know if they've ever interacted. If they have, it's certainly not public record.
Okay.
And by public record, I mean
Clearly.
like gossip.
Okay, I will say this. If what's this guy's name?
Faustino.
Faustino?
Faustino.
Faustino. If Faustino turns out to be less of a jerk than Navarro, I mean,
Everybody just goes over to.
We'll
to
just
that.
go over there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I want to go on the winning team. Arie's a
would-
true neutral. She'll just switch right over. She don't care.
I'm team whoever's gonna help me get a new god of death, I guess, because now I'm true neutral, but I don't know. We'll see.
I'm lawful neutral, so I'm like, yeah, let's do
Okay.
this.
Let's just blow all of them. I'm gonna use my last 4th level spell.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah. This is fun.
important to me,
Raya
guys.
is super worried about this.
Wow.
You know I have to have you guys get into a fight now. You know that has to
No.
happen today.
Fine. I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I just helped Caleb TTK.
It's
But
okay.
it was for a good reason. It was for love.
Sure.
When we all die, we'll know it's for love.
It was for love. Okay, so I'm using my last 4th level spell to send a response back. And let me draft it. I would just want a second to draft
Yeah, no,
this.
sure. So, what are the rest of you up to as we're like?
Well,
the thing is, like, you guys are probably like you finished like packing up camp and stuff, and you're just kind of like waiting around. Like, Raia's off somewhere doing something. Mickey went after her, but
I imagine this was as we were breaking up camp. She said it takes 10 minutes, and this is
that's true. Yeah, sending doesn't take that long. Yeah, okay, yeah. So this is all happening during that time. So I guess I don't think there's anything else to do except wait for
Sorry.
draft a message. No, that's fine.
While we're packing up camp, I guess I'll ritually cast Speak with Animals to check in with Buck.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you haven't talked to Buck in a while.
Yeah, we'll see how he's doing. See if he has any warning signals for me.
Right.
Because every single time I do it, it's usually because he's like, "Hey, I have to tell you something
danger,
bad's coming."
unnatural. Ah.
And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." I always just think, I'm like, "Okay, thanks for the warning, I guess."
Right. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything particular you say to him right away, or?
How are you, Buck?
Yeah. He says,
How am I what?
yeah, I'm doing fine. Are you doing okay, Arie? I've been worried.
About me?
Yes, I guess not for any particular reason, but I worry about you a lot. You seem like, it seems like there's always something on your mind, and it hurts me that I can't help with that.
I do have a lot on my mind, Buck.
Do you like Miggy?
What makes you think that?
Well, it seems to me that you want to mate with him. But you haven't yet, so I'm confused.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. What? How else is Buck gonna externalize this?
Well, she blushes for one.
Yeah.
But then she kind of frowns and she says, "Well, Buck, I actually can't have kids, so wouldn't be possible anyways."
What do you mean?
Well, when I went to Lord Navarro's manor, I got examined for the first time after, like, I don't know, 10 or so years, and they told me I can't have kids, so.
Interesting.
They could do that then? I guess they have magic.
They have magic, yeah. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I don't care. I've never wanted kids anyways.
Me neither.
That's something we have in common.
Businessman Buck, focused on his career.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, isn't Buck your kid?
I mean, Buck's like my child.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love him like a kid. So, but yeah, I mean, she kind of like frowns, you know, as she's like saying that. And she's like, "Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that." Great. But anyway, she's just like, it's okay, Buck. Like, we have to focus on the mission. I can't let myself be distracted.
Of course. I see.
Like Raia.
Raya's been in Distractionville right now.
I have my message if you're done with talking.
Right, yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was an interesting little conversation anyway. Yeah.
Add to notes. Arie does not want nor can have children.
Yeah.
Okay. So I use my last sending spell.
That is not where I was planning on revealing that, but that seemed appropriate.
Take inspiration if you don't have it already.
Thank you.
And I say, "You don't have to tell me the truth if you don't want, but you can trust me. Stay safe, please. Can't cast again until tomorrow."
Yeah. Yeah, I think he realizes that you've just like blown through a bunch of spells. And he says, yeah, I'm trying to think of how you respond to that, because you definitely just call out his bluff.
Sorry, I signed an NDA.
I think he doesn't respond. Yeah, I think he's just like, ugh, she caught me in my lie, and I don't know how to respond to that. I'm just not gonna respond to this.
Wow.
And he knows that you're not gonna, because you've already said I can't cast this until tomorrow. So she's just like, okay, cool. I have a day to think this over.
Yeah, maybe you should use your own spells to talk to me.
He would if he had anything that he wanted to say to you right now, but he doesn't. So
Rude.
yeah, it's a little rude.
Okay.
He's a little torn right now between his obligation and this new person he's beginning to be a little interested in because she keeps messaging him.
I'm persistent.
Stalker. Let's just say it.
Yeah.
I'm not a stalker. I'm just persistent, and I'm not going to give up on what I want.
It's true.
A stalker.
One name for it.
I'm not stalking him. I'm not scrying on him.
It's true. It's true. You aren't.
You tried to.
That's next level.
And you're definitely gonna do it, aren't you? Of course.
Oh,
you are.
100%.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Caleb,
Yeah.
does your Facebook Messenger come through on the stream?
Don't
let it.
What do you mean?
Like if you were to see something in Messenger, would the stream see it?
No.
Okay,
Okay, good.
good. I'm sending you what I sent Seth.
Wow. Oh my. Oh, Jordan. All right.
I mean,
All right, buddy. All right.
I was like, I had thought that earlier today.
No,
and
I
I'm
know.
like, oh,
I
that's
get you.
terrible.
Yeah.
And then you bring
Yeah.
up the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, cool. So, what's the day gonna look like for y'all guys? What do you-
Hopefully uneventful.
Looking
We're
for
gonna
hours.
move down another hex.
Spells.
What?
We're gonna move down another hex towards the weird, ominous, like, you should go in this direction.
yeah. Follow Toidy's demon friend
And I would like to make a survival roll.
to
Just explore the hex.
find out anything interesting happening in that hex.
+3, 22.
22.
I get +3 to all my survival rolls from that one because of the thing I took.
Cool.
That's
And
level.
I would also
So,
like
yeah.
to look for flowers.
Okay. Yeah. Make a.
Is it nature?
Yeah, survival.
Survival?
Yeah, because survival is like finding the flower.
I thought it was
Nature,
investigation. I thought that's what he's been rolling.
I think it would be survival, because. Yeah, it would be survival. I don't know why it would be investigation.
I was about to say, it might have
think
been
that was
investigation
because-
that we've done in the past, but survival.
Investigation. I think that was because he was like in a particular environment, just like in a random place, and he made it like for that town. But finding one in the wilderness is a survival check. Yeah, you don't find any, but you literally have a wealth of them stored in your mind right now that you can tap. So.
Yeah, I guess I probably should have been rolling for that, but
Yeah, you can do that now.
Don't do
Okay.
that.
Don't get high while we're on the road. We have enough druggies.
Yeah, sure.
I won't get high. I might just have visions.
You might not be high, but you're certainly tripping.
Yeah. Darius is always tripping, let's be honest.
It's true.
Wisdom save?
Yes, wisdom save.
Alright, this +5.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Nice. Okay, cool.
I'll take a 25.
Yeah. 26.
No,
Yeah.
26.
26.
I'll take a 26.
So, I think you see. You see the
world in
second,
black and gray.
the second part of that. The main point of like the whole primordial thing, right? So you see, these four people, the people you've come to recognize as the statues, and you obviously know that the first statue was, the caretaker, and they come back to some random swamp village, and
But Darius doesn't know that.
no, you put it together. You saw the statues, and they look like the statues, and
Okay.
yeah.
I thought that was something Darius missed.
I don't think so.
No, it was. He gathered
was
that
it?
one of them was his sister. He didn't gather that they were the statues.
Okay, yeah, I was confused as to like because there's a lot of like weird like player knowledge, character knowledge things happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Darius isn't aware of this. I think you might figure it out now. I'll have you make a roll, but
Okay.
basically you see the four of them go to some random swamp village, walk into a hut, and give the fire mask that they definitely got from the bat god, right? And to a middle-aged looking woman, and she like puts it on and becomes a genasi, right, for the first genasi sort of thing. And so you see this happen, and you can make a check of some sort, probably an intelligence save.
Well, at least it's a save.
I was about to say, it's good that it's a save.
+5. 18.
There you go. That's not bad. Yeah, so you
About
put it together.
time, Darius!
You put it together, Darius, because you can hear some of what they're saying and stuff like that. So you put it together that these are the 4 people who were in the statues. The caretaker is the first one. Obviously, the sister is the second one. And then you can tell, I think, because of the vision and some of the things they're saying in the vision, that they're siblings. They're all siblings. The latter 2 are half siblings of the first 2. And yeah, apparently the woman they go to is their mother, all 4 of their mothers. And she puts on the fire mask, and basically you gather, Darius kind of like gathers that she's like the first genasi, like the progenitor of the race. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, Darius discovers that.
Yay, Darius, good job.
Yeah,
This
so
week
Darius,
on Arius Discovery.
Darius is starting to put together some things that Raia has known for a while now, but has not shared with anyone.
No one asks me either, so that's
Yeah, because we know to ask.
Because they don't know they should ask.
They don't ask about the orb at all. No one's interested in my life.
Because we're trying to be sensitive to like what's going on.
We don't know there's something to be going
No
on.
one cares.
Okay, Raia. All right, Raia. But yeah, so that happens.
Do I gather anything from the
I
survival?
was going to say, Arie, you are definitely aware of a Yuan Ti village, but you can very easily like go around it if you want to.
Yes.
Yeah. So you definitely see some like a Yuan Ti village. And if you're like scouting ahead or whatever, you probably like see that they obviously have a bunch of Fire Genasi slaves. And they seem to be preparing for some sort of not war exactly, but at the very least defense of the town. So
Interesting.
yeah, they're like putting up like palisade with like spikes and stuff, digging out trenches, that sort of thing.
Noted.
Yeah.
Character Jordan. Character Jordan.
Character Jordan. I mean, Jordan is a character. Let's be real. Sorry, Seth. Taking away your thunder.
Player Jordan thinks it's totally that they're preparing for an attack from a certain group of people, a certain cult that has a fire that is slowly going
That is
out.
slowly dimming. That's fun. That's one possible explanation, sure.
It is, but I don't know if it's worth risking going to them though to find that out.
Oh yeah, no, I certainly don't think we should
So it's
even
like,
try that.
I know player Alyssa is like, oh, that's probably what it is, but I'm like, Arie's like, we're not going anywhere near there.
Nope. Nope, honey bunches of nope.
Player Emily is like, yeah, let's go right in. Right? Yeah? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toity can just, put on a disguise kit, disguise himself as a like child Yuan Ti, and
I don't think the disguise kits work that well.
Depends on how well you roll.
I don't think I have my disguise kit on me anymore. I don't think it'd be very useful. Well, actually,
Yeah, I
no.
don't think you do.
Can we just
Or no,
imagine
you
that
do.
cover-
We said you did because you have ink and stuff that you have to like make
Yeah.
up the mascara or whatever.
Can we
So-
just like imagine how that
Eyeliner,
conversation would
right.
go between Toity and Darius? Toity, I have never in my life wanted to punch you more than I do right now. I mean,
If I look like a snake person,
yeah,
Fair.
I think it requires a little more than makeup to do that.
yeah.
Not if you're super talented.
I mean, that's true.
Talent can only do so much.
Well, yeah. There are like really, really talented makeup artists who do like crazy things with just
Yeah, but they have like the
Yeah.
tools to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm in the middle of the forest.
Okay, so we go around the Yuan Ti village.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so, to spend the day just kind of, like, exploring and, like, checking out that whole situation, where do you go make camp? What kind of, environment? I guess you're still in swamp. And you're following the river. Do you want to make a survival check, Arie, to, like, find,
say it when it's just
spot?
scary.
I mean, no, you were trying, I guess, yeah, it was a kind of more a general roll. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah. So you find a good, like, place in the swamp to kind of, like, chill out.
I'm so sick of the swamp. I want it to be jungle.
Is that the first time that we've had a roll that we've rolled previously carry over?
No, it's happened before. It's happened before.
Okay.
No,
It just really depends on what the intent of the original roll was and if the situation has changed since then. But since her intent was just like, is there anything interesting in this text? I figured that would carry over. Yeah. So as much as I would like to just have something jump out at you and attack you because Raia's used a bunch of spells, I just think it would. There's not really a reason for me to do that. So I don't think I will. Especially because if Aria had like failed a roll to like find a good camp or whatever, then that would be a fair reason. But I also rolled for random encounters and there was none. So I think you guys are safe, even though Raia blew a bunch of her spells. It turns out.
No, that's not going to teach her a lesson.
Yes,
Dang it!
Yeah.
That was not blowing spells, Caleb.
Okay, he
Those
was using
were
them for love.
Just used spells.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
If she was blowing spells, then it would be windy, wouldn't it?
That wasn't very funny. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
You wait, guys, can you air blow spells?
You tried really hard, Jordan. I appreciate it. But yeah. So I'm trying to remember what I was just gonna say.
That we were getting to camp.
Yeah, you're getting to camp.
That we found 1,000,000 gold.
No, that doesn't happen. Sorry.
I mean,
Oh,
it's not like
maybe
1,000,000 gold would be any worth to
Super
us.
helpful.
No,
wouldn't.
it wouldn't at this point.
I guess
That was
I'll
1,000,000
make my roll to
goals.
train for the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I was about to say I want to do like reading with
Yeah,
Darius
yeah,
and
sure.
stuff.
I felt like there was a thing I was gonna say, but I can't remember now.
I would also be making the
Yeah. Let's just do all those good old rolls. Let's do it.
huzzah! Come on, Darius.
It's an intelligence check, correct?
Yes.
For doubling. 13.
I don't think it's quite good enough to double. You can get one day.
But
down.
it'll, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Darius, you don't get a bonus to that, correct? If that makes sense.
No, it's just
okay.
it's just a
Yeah, so you're
intelligence.
close. You're really close, but you're not quite finished with it.
I mean, unless you no.
Yeah.
Because stone cutting doesn't.
Mm-hmm. But all right, yeah, you train Miggy well. You guys have a good training session, and let me give him some XP.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually I had a question and then it that I had this week and now I can't think of it in pertaining to his XP.
Yeah.
What was it?
Would he get the amount of XP that Darius gets now since Darius is Oh no, since we're all a higher level.
We're all high. We're all level 8 now, so
that's
he
right.
should be getting level 8.
We had that conversation already.
Okay.
No, it was something. Yeah, I can't remember. If I remember, I'll ask, but I can't
Sure.
remember.
Yeah, I feel like there was something I was gonna say too, and I honestly just can't remember it at this point. So
We find a bag of holding.
no, Seth.
No,
If I'm
back to
trying to
holding.
remember something to say, it's not gonna be good for you guys. What are you talking about?
Which is why I'm just throwing out garbage.
Right.
I'll
Hopefully
just say
it'll-
more stuff that I want to do if you have nothing else to say that you
Sure.
can think
Yeah, that's
of,
fine.
and then maybe it'll
Yep.
spark something. After showing Darius some more things for reading, if I'm still using like the book from Miggy, like the nature book,
Right.
I want to like go off by myself and take out some of the drugs and like see if it matches.
Oh,
like,
that's what
anything
okay. Now that's what I was
in the
gonna say.
nature book.
Yeah, Raia, your drugs are gone.
Okay, I'd like
That was
to-
what I was trying to remember. So thank
There
you.
we go. Okay, so as I'm going to do that, I would like to instead, seeing that, march over to Arie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds like the thing to do.
And
I thought you said it wouldn't be something good. This is great.
I would like to let's see.
I'm sorry.
I'm
trying to get all the giggles out so I can be serious.
Be serious for this conversation.
I'd like to cast hold person on her.
Okay. What do I need to make? So like Miggy and I are like in the middle of our training session. It's going really well. And then suddenly just Raia comes out and tries to hold
Wisdom save DC is 14.
Okay. Nope. So I'm held.
Okay, I just start like patting you down.
Okay.
Arie, do you have it on your person?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
Okay, that's fine. So I just like walk back over to like where camp is, and I'm going to her bag.
Okay,
So
how long
as
does
I'm
hold
doing
person
this,
last? Up to a
It
minute.
lasts for up to a minute, and you can keep making saves. So at the end of turn, so that's why I'm like I'm gonna just like start walking over there and like more like rushing, like speed walking.
Right.
Okay,
So go ahead and make a
how
save
many
now. After she pats you down, you get a save.
Okay. Well, how long does it take her to pat me down? This is important.
Make an investigation check, Raia. If you get it like a high roll, it will take just the 6 seconds.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Oh yeah, so she does it real quick. She's just like, yeah, no, you don't have
Do
it.
I find
All right,
anything interesting on you? Anything that we didn't previously know about? I
Yeah.
rolled a critical.
Yeah, she discovers any
success,
weird thing
so-
you have hidden anywhere.
Do you have any
I don't
weird
have
things on you?
anything. I don't care about material possessions.
It's true.
So...
It's true.
What about the drugs
No,
you had
not
taken
anymore.
yourself?
Yeah. No, we dumped those.
No, remember Mickey
Yeah,
had
she
thrown
did.
away all the
Yeah.
drugs.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah.
right.
No, I was like.
Okay, so I'm gonna make another
you have,
wisdom
like
save.
a weird like weapon
Nope.
that we don't. Okay, so I'm just like walking, trying to like.
Man,
get
I suck
her
at
back.
wisdom saves. Look at that. None of those are good rolls.
So however long.
That's
that
why I
was-
usually
Okay,
target
so-
you
so-
and Darius.
So then the time it takes for her to get, how long does it take for, because we're 90 feet away. This is important, okay?
So I can run it. I can get there in one round.
Yeah, if she runs.
In 90 feet, you can get there in one
No.
round?
Or no, a run and a
No,
half.
It would take. Yeah, it would take a round and
Okay.
a half.
So yeah,
No.
so you fail that round. Okay, now Raia, you move 30 feet and then you can make an investigation check with the rest of your turn.
Okay,
I'm just telling you, though, they're not there.
that's
Oh,
fine.
really?
We got to
Okay.
play this through.
All
I
right,
find
yeah.
them away.
So really
In the
quickly,
bag.
you just like dump the bag and you're just like, yep, not there.
I'm probably wait. Where is this? Like at the camp?
Yeah, no, Tori, you're probably just like sitting
So,
there.
Tori, like, he's sitting there by the fire, like,
Right, just dumps
Okay.
out all of Arie's
I'm gonna
stuff.
make another one. Nope. Man, I'm just like stuck there.
You're just
like,
fuming, I'm sure.
What's Maggie
in your
doing?
bag?
I know, what's Mickey doing?
Where was Miggy when this? Oh, was he right
Because I
there?
was training. I was like in the middle of training him. I
Yeah,
think.
I guess he comes over. He has since come over and just like Arie, like
I'm
trying
just
to
like,
shake you awake. Yeah.
okay, so I mean, she dumps out my bag. They're not in there.
Is there anything interesting in your bag?
Nope.
As I'm rolling,
You don't
this
have, like, a little
excellent
picture of Miggy?
investigation check.
When would I?
I'm
ever
just
gotten a
kidding. Of
picture
course,
Mickey?
of course, yeah.
Well, wouldn't her wait? Did Darius finish her figure?
Oh, my figurine.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, you find that, I guess.
Which I have no clue what it is. I just like.
Arie has a miniature of herself.
Wow, how
I move
conceited
on-
is she?
Mhm.
I then move on to if Mickey has like a bag.
Yeah. Sure, you want to dump that out? Make an
I'm gonna be like,
make an
are you
investigation check.
are you looking for something?
Okay, so
Ryan?
then I'm gonna make another wisdom save as she's
Yeah.
dumping out the that bag. No, I just can't make any of these things.
Yeah.
18.
So I'm trying to think if Miggy would have anything interesting.
Because didn't he see Raia like come up and like pat her
Right,
down?
but he's like with Arie still. He's trying to like shake her awake or whatever.
Well,
He
that's my
doesn't know
question.
what's going on really.
Would he have seen like Raia pat Arie down?
Yes. But he doesn't. I think he cares more about Arie than he cares about going after Raia at this point.
Right, he doesn't want to just like leave me there
Right,
frozen.
exactly. Yeah.
He just picks you up like a statue and
All right,
carries
let's go.
you off.
So he has a dragon chest set. He has some thieves' tools.
Okay.
He has a dagger. leather armor. He's wearing actually all of that right now. He has a dagger rapier and short bow and leather armor that he's all wearing. But he doesn't have anything else on his character sheet. I guess like he'd probably have like a romance novel. But I don't think he really has anything else.
Does he have a diary?
Of course he does. Of course Mickey has a diary. Yeah, he would call it a journal, but you know.
Sure.
I just like leave everything on the ground and storm off.
Okay.
It's like, Raia, what's going on?
Tony's just like, what's going on?
Like,
And I specifically like I'm not dropping the spell because I want to storm off by myself for a second.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna let it ride out. Like
Right.
I don't.
So Raia storms off into the jungle by herself, and then Arie, like, you just, like, you know.
wait, I'm gonna roll. I want to roll
Yeah.
to see what Tony does because I'm not sure what he would do. He's like,
Yeah, sure.
oh, dang it! I should have decided what that means first.
Probably, yeah.
Dang it! What would? You know what?
He is a good person.
He is, but at the same point, he knows that Raia does not look very happy right now and probably does not want messed with. Given he just went through two people's I'm like, I'm just gonna let her calm down. Oh, what I was thinking of doing was like casting calm emotions and like see what the heck was happening, but I think that's probably it. Tony like rolled that well and he's like, that wouldn't be a good idea.
let's use the better part of valor here and stay out of it.
Arie just kind of like takes a deep breath as she like unfreezes, and she like.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
She like laughs,
Right.
and
It's
she
like,
just says,
what?
"I thought it was going to take her a lot. I thought it was going to happen a lot sooner than that, but okay."
What did you do?
Nothing.
You didn't.
I did though.
What did you do with it?
I tossed it in the river next to us.
Oh, she's going to be so mad.
She's already mad.
Yeah, she's going to continue to be so mad.
She'll thank me for it later. It's fine.
I don't know if she will, Arie. I'm honestly really worried about her. I don't think that she's been herself for quite some time now.
Tony, this is what Tony's probably doing at this point. He's probably like putting everything back in their bags, like, let's just make sure that this is just.
I think.
Okay.
I
No,
think
Tony,
Darius is probably
Tony-
like.
Tony, I want you to make a roll here. Make a perception roll for me.
Okay.
I'm concerned.
Make a perception roll. Awesome. Okay. So the camera sees Toity accidentally put Miggy's journal in Arie's bag.
This is just like Maid RPG all over again.
Yep. We rolled on the random encounter table, and a journal was discovered.
Oh, I'm so happy.
A good man?
No.
A good emperor of evil, maybe, but a good man. I don't think so.
I don't think so. She just says, like, to Miggy, like, you know, because he's like, you know, I'm worried about her, and she's just like, I wasn't gonna let her poison herself, but honestly, Miggy, I'm just done caring.
He doesn't really know how to respond to that. He's kind of like nods. Says, well, I think you made the right decision. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully.
She already hates me,
Uh,
so it's fine.
I don't think she hates you. Maybe she did once, but let's just give her some time, and maybe she will, you know, be thankful for it. But
Even if she doesn't, I just don't care.
well,
I'm here to
obviously you do
protect her.
care because you.
I'm here
You
to
don't.
protect her.
Right.
Miguel, don't mix the two. I had sympathy for her because I thought that the person she loved the most died. But honestly, he's still alive. And that just...
And that's more than I can say.
That you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So she's just like, I just kind of don't have sympathy for that anymore.
Yeah, and I think he. Do you want to make a persuasion check? Because I'm
No.
curious if he buys it. I don't know if he does, because I think Mickey wants to believe they're the best about you, and just like, nah, you actually care about her, sort of a thing. Let's see if you can convince him. No. Yeah. So Mickey's just like he just kind of smirks, and he's just like, all right, sure.
He wants to believe I'm a good person. I told him I'm a murderer.
I know, yeah, but Mickey is ever the optimist, and
he's ignorant, is what he is.
yes,
Ignorance is
true.
bliss.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But stupidity is annoying.
Yep.
This is why people are always confused around me.
So
yeah, anything else?
nope.
Okay, cool.
We go back to camp.
Yeah. So Toity, is anything else that you want to do this evening?
He's probably just sitting there with his lute, just kind of plucking, going like, "These people are crazy."
No kidding.
He just saw Raia storm and go through the back. He's like, I don't know what in the world just happened, but let's just pretend like it didn't.
Who all has their figurines right now?
I have mine.
Me and Toity. Raia doesn't, or Miggy. Well, you're working on Raia's, I guess, but
I'm working on Rise, but I haven't given Miggy's to his yet.
I think you finished his.
you did finish his.
I thought I gave him his whenever we got right out of the tunnel.
Nope.
That sounds familiar.
It might have been when I started working on it or something. No.
Did you? I feel like you were giving him a pep talk, and you gave it to him.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Did you give it to him? I don't recall you giving it.
So.
I don't know. Maybe you did, and I'm just not remembering right.
Give it to who?
Give Miggy his little figurine?
I don't think so. No.
I thought I gave it to him with the pep when I was giving him the pep talk after we got outside of the.
That sounds familiar, but I
know it does.
It might have been that I started working on it right after that.
Yeah, I don't think you did give it
I
to
think
him.
that's what it is. I think
Yeah.
you started working on it after that.
I don't think you gave it to him. I think I would have remembered that conversation. Yeah. Yeah. So
I think. Oh no! I was thinking maybe Darius would take this opportunity while Toity's putting stuff back in everyone's bag.
Were you around when that? I just did it really quick. I mean, that's why I accidentally put it wrong.
Right. I mean, well, Darius was definitely around. Well, no, he might have been off training by himself somewhere. Either that or working on the other figurine, Raia's. That's what I figured he would be doing. Was working on Raia's little figurine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I don't have anything I want to do today.
Okay. Yeah. So I think the rest of the night passes uneventfully because again I rolled for random encounters and nothing happened. Thanks, luck. You could have had something cool happen, but no. But yeah, I think that happens. Let me make another roll here real quick. Cool, awesome. So let's go
during
ahead.
my watch. I want to reach into my bag and pull out the figurine, right? Go I'm trying to pull out the figurine and just look at it and admire it and whatnot. And then I find
yes.
the journal.
Yes.
I
agree.
I'm what's this doing in here? Because I've never seen it before.
So question though, don't you and Miggy usually take watch together?
No, remember I told him to take his watch during Raia.
Right.
For the next couple days.
Yep. Okay. I was curious about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you find Miggy's journal happens to be in your bag.
What's in it?
A lot of things. Miggy gets very verbose.
We have time.
We do have time. So let's
I have
do this.
2 hours of watch time.
It's true. Oh my gosh, you're gonna just read through his entire journal. So let's go ahead and take our first break here. Give me a chance to think a little bit about some specific things you can find in there. And we'll come back and we'll do Terra Nullius, continue with episode 34. Stick around. We'll be right back with more journaly goodness right after this. We're playing Made RPG, I guess. All right. See ya.